What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining the Travel Tales and Talk podcast with Derek and Makayla. I'm Derek.
I'm Makayla.
Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? We're back with another episode, and we're on our wacky adventures once again. Except this time I couldn't go, so I'm kind of disappointed because I've always wanted to visit this place. So, Makayla, why are you and London Rose in Hawaii?
In Hawaii.
Hawaii, that's right. Hawaii. That's how you pronounce it.
Yes. We went to Hawaii to visit a good friend, a childhood friend, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And her son,
And
my
her
nephew.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy. So while you were there, you guys toured the entire island, or you on one specific island? What did you guys do?
We stayed on Oahu, the big.
Oahu.
I think that's the big island.
Okay. That's the one with Honolulu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, but first we actually left Lexington and we flew to LA for a few days first.
Mm-hmm.
So, because that flight, oh my goodness, the flight to Lexington to Hawaii is bananas. I think it was like almost 12 hours or something like that.
Ooh.
I don't know, but I just thought it would be a great idea to break up the trip.
12 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So, so we got that flight, Lexington to Los Angeles, but we had to lay over in Atlanta.
You guys went to Atlanta?
We had to. Oh yeah, so we had to fly.
I thought you
fly
guys
to
went
the east to go west.
Texas. I thought you went to Dallas or
No,
something.
no.
Wow.
Flew straight to Atlanta.
So you going in reverse?
Sure did, and stayed a couple of days in LA so London Rose could visit the Super Nintendo world. She wanted to do the Mario, live her best Super Mario World life.
You know what? We should have her on the show to talk about that adventure.
We should.
I didn't even know that was a thing until you guys went out there.
Oh man, yeah, because it was nice. We got I paid the extra money so we can go an hour early.
You're
and
giving too much. We'll talk about that later.
Okay,
that's another episode. I'll give it away.
All right, fine. So after our 3 days in Los Angeles, we flew to Hawaii. That flight, you guys, from LA to Honolulu was 5 hours. That was a 5-hour flight.
It seems so much closer on the map.
Yeah, when you look at the map, you think, it's going to be like 2
an hour
hours.
Flight, yeah.
Man, I was like, 5 hours?
Yes. People don't understand how vast the ocean is. But yeah, looking on a map, you would think 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. This shows you how these maps are tweaked. But yeah, 5 hours from LA to Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yep. So it was rough because I don't mess around with them airplane bathrooms. So liquids was
so you had to
at a strict minimum.
The system before you left.
Man, I had to hold it like I'm not going in there. And so yeah, it was good. The flight was easy.
Okay.
We made it there, and your time kind of goes back. I forgot the difference. I know. From Lexington to LA, it's a 3-hour difference.
So they're ahead of LA, or
no? They're behind.
They're behind. Okay, so they're in a totally different time zone than California.
Yeah.
So it's California's Pacific time zone. So what's their time zone?
I don't remember.
We gotta look that up.
That's a good question. Yeah. Ooh, I feel so unprepared, y'all. My apologies.
No, that's something you don't think about. I assumed that they would be on the same time as LA, but I'm guessing because it's a 5-hour difference, they have to be on something totally different.
Because I don't think they adjust daylight saving times. Okay, so I'm looking at my clock right now, and it's 1:41 in Lexington, and right now it is 7:41 in Honolulu.
So was that 6-hour difference?
Something like that.
Wow.
Okay. All right, y'all. So y'all get an idea.
Get an idea of what time it is in Hawaii at this moment.
So when the time that we landed in Hawaii, my friend picked us up from the airport, and we went straight to the military base. so that I could buy tickets to Pearl Harbor, the Polynesian Center, and our passes to cage dive with sharks. Now,
Lord,
why why go to the military base, you ask?
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper.
But do you have to be a member of the military?
Yeah,
to
you
get
got to
those
be a
discounts?
military.
Okay,
So even though,
okay.
I'm a child of a
Military,
veteran,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
my friend is too, but she's actually still active duty. So
Gotcha.
she was able to go in, use her card, and, get everything for me and save me a little money. So if you do have that perk, where if you're in Hawaii and you have a friend that's in the military, ask them to go on base and get the tickets for you.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
What's
you
up?
being a child of a veteran, how could you take advantage of that?
I can't because I'm an adult.
Really? I thought like they give us benefits because you are a
I don't
child.
have a military card anymore.
Okay.
I don't have an ID card.
Okay, gotcha.
So you need that ID card to make your purchases.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks for clearing it up for me.
You are welcome, sir. So after we got those passes, then we went to school to pick up her son. And then from there, we went to a nearby beach, a public beach.
Did y'all surf?
We didn't do anything because
What?
we weren't prepared. All our swimsuits and everything were packed up, and it was literally just
Spare of the moment?
Yeah, just so we can just see the water.
Gotcha.
And then, we were hungry, time to eat, and we need to get checked into our hotel. And so we actually stayed that night at the hotel in the military base. So the hotel, please forgive me, guys, I don't remember the name, but it was actually the base housing for some of that they converted to a hotel. So our hotel room used to be someone's actual housing. So we had a full living room, a full kitchen, 2 full bedrooms.
That's a great idea.
And I think it was 1 or 2 bathrooms. I can't remember.
That's a great idea about whoever thought of that, to turn those into like Homewood Suites or something.
Yeah, there was a washer and dryer. I mean, it was actual base housing. Yeah, very inexpensive as well. So
that is fantastic.
so that was nice. So, and we stayed there the night, and so that was day 1.
Wait, you said you guys got something to eat. What you eat? Please don't tell me
What did we
McDonald's or something
eat?
like that. I hope it was something local to Hawaii.
Oh man, I do not remember the name of the restaurant, but it was a local restaurant.
Okay, sweet.
And we ended up getting something like, I think it was like pancakes or something.
Oh.
Hey.
What?
Your girl ain't that brave when it comes to food.
You know how we do when we're in a place. Hawaii has a special, they do things differently with their food. So you should partake in that.
They do. At that exact moment.
You didn't want to.
In time, on purpose, your girl wasn't feeling brave. Okay.
Like, look, just give me some Mickey D's.
I was actually looking for a Pizza Hut, but I couldn't
find it.
Couldn't find it.
It wasn't Pizza Friday though, was it?
I don't remember. You play too much.
All right, just day 1.
That was day 1.
All right.
So day 2 was time to go to the Polynesian Culture Center.
And you told me about this, and I didn't know this until I started looking it up. But Hawaii is a part of the Polynesian island chain. So it used to be a Polynesian nation of its own. Then the United States annexed it. But anyway, at the Polynesian Center, they educate you on the 6 different Polynesian island nations: Hawaii, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Tahiti. And this is where they had the Summer Olympics for surfing. They were at Tahiti, which is awesome.
Nice.
Yep. And then, give me that one more time. Anatoa?
Was it Adi Aurora?
Adatoya, I think is what they pronounced it.
Ati Aurora? Oh, man.
No, we're screwing it up. It's AOTEAROA. So this, at the Polynesian Center, you'll experience, they'll condense 1,000 years of history into this one place where you'll learn about the 6 different island nations. Each one is different. You may think they're all the same, but they're all different. And when they bring you to the Hawaiian portion of this, you're going to play ancient games, you're going to dance, and you're going to learn how to fish without a net. I would love to learn how to do that. Do they use the spear thing? Did you actually see these people perform this?
Oh my goodness! I was hoping he wouldn't ask me.
Because I'm curious. I want to know because this sounds very interesting.
Well, I tell you what, I mismanaged my time at the Polynesian Culture Center. First of all, you need to spend, if you can spend more than 1 day, like 2 to 3 days there, you're golden. At least 2. I didn't. Even though our ticket was good for 2 days, we only went 1. And then while we were there, I didn't have a plan.
Gotcha.
So we just kind of went to one little tent section and spent like all our time there and missed out on all these things because, as Derek was mentioning, when you can go to these different sections and learn, they're actually demonstrating these things and allowing people in the audience to participate. So there's like basket weaving. There, I mean, you name it, they're doing it.
There's a guy climbing a tree without shoes.
Yeah, there was a whole guy that got coconuts out of a tree. He had no shoes, no protective clothes, nothing. And yeah, so I didn't see them fishing without a net. I don't know how they did it. I assume they did it with a spear. I don't know because we missed out. Because London Rose wanted to, there was a boat ride, and she wanted to ride on the boat twice. So we did that instead of,
instead of partaking of what they actually had to offer.
But we did have a good time. The little bit that we did see was amazing. So
So I'm assuming when you go to Fiji, you feel the beat, you do the dance, you become a warrior, you become a field warrior. Then in Samoa, you feel the heat, they show some muscle, and you'll learn some Samoan songs and dance, and you'll also become a warrior. But this is where you learn how to climb a 40-foot coconut tree in your bare feet.
Yep.
Sign me up for that.
Go back to Aotearoa.
So here you learn about the significance of the Mororan tattoos. I hope I'm saying that right. And then you test your dexterity by playing with twirling papaya balls, right? And watch the Moran people dance.
Balls.
Poi balls. Okay. And watch the Moa warrior dance, the known haka.
Do the haka. We did see the haka. It was amazing.
The haka, is this where they... No.
They like, ha! They be hitting on their legs and stuff.
Yes. This is what they do before, I think they play...
football games.
Yeah, football games. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see that one too.
Oh, yeah, it was nice.
And then in Tahiti, you're dancing another way. So you swing your hips and try a bite and snag a fish and share the love. And then in Tonga, this is where
we did watch Tonga.
This is where they spear fish, right? So they toss the spear, and they use the spear to catch the fish.
I don't remember them because I don't remember them using the spear to catch a fish with the Tonga. They just did a demonstration.
Gotcha.
With the spears and stuff.
I was Googling, and they would spear fish. And then you choose your favorite guest drummer, and then you learn how to paddle a canoe.
Yes. That's what we got stuck. Yeah, London Rose. Yeah, that was her thing.
This is what y'all did, the canoe?
Yeah.
Okay.
She wanted to over and over again.
Let me ask you something. Is this in a controlled environment or are you out in the ocean?
No, controlled environment.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I would have loved to have done that in the ocean. Get your little canoe.
So what all we did do was we toured the center.
The Polynesian Center?
Yes.
Gotcha.
We rode that boat over and over again, and we were just amazed at watching that man climb the coconut tree with no support.
Did they give you a demonstration like how his feet grabs the tree, or did
they probably did? But like I said, we missed it because we were coming off of one of the boat rides.
Gotcha.
And we just saw everyone standing around this tree and clapping, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this man's on the tree!" And I pulled my phone out.
Right.
Just in time to watch him slide down the tree. I was like, hot diggity dang, mucking around with London Rose in this boat.
She wanted
for the 18th time.
A canoe trip. No, I would love to see that. So I gotta go just to see this dude climb this tree with no shoes on.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Later that night, we had a luau buffet dinner and then the night show. You know, where they do the fire, the hula dancing,
so you guys
and everything.
There all day?
Yeah, it was all day affair.
Okay.
It was all day. But keep in mind, like I said, our tickets
were for 2 days.
We just, and we saw the fire dancers. Out of everything, the fire dancers were my favorite thing. Unfortunately, you are not allowed to video or photograph anything in the performance.
Why not?
That's their policy. So I have no footage of that.
Oh.
It's just everything strictly in memory. But I do have pictures of the luau buffet.
Okay.
That's when London Rose went to sleep at the table.
So at this buffet, this luau buffet, did they have the pig? They roast the pig?
We did not go to that one.
Oh.
Okay, so I had no idea that your tickets for the Polynesian Culture Center, they're in tiers, people. So I just thought, I got the ticket, I got the luau, I'm good. You supposed to spend extra money to get the one where the pig is roasting in the ground. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I had no idea.
I figured with the military discount, you get all that.
I thought I did too. So the person didn't explain that to me. It's like, no. What it was, I got the top thing at the military base, but however, there was a different pricing at the Polynesian Culture Center that wasn't available at the military base. I was like, you sneaky boogers, you.
So you
like,
could
really?
You could come in, but you could buy that when you got there, right?
I could have had I known about
that.
it.
Okay. Gotcha.
By the time I asked for it, there were no more tickets.
Okay.
And because I was looking, because all these people had lays. I was like, hey, we didn't get a lay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because they're going to this event over here. I was like, and then a lady happened to hear me ask and get turned away, and she took her lay off of her neck and gave it to me.
Oh, that's
very
sweet.
Nice. She was like,
nice.
I'll just take my husband's. I was like, gracias.
See how they treat your husband?
But it was.
So did you get to eat though?
Oh yeah. Oh, then that part right there. Man, anything you can think of that anyone has ever told you you should eat when you go to Hawaii,
right,
was there.
Okay.
So they had stations set up, like 6 different stations, and authentic Hawaiian food.
What was your favorite?
Something dealing with chicken. I tried so much.
What about London Rose? Something dealing with chicken nuggets.
Chicken.
She wanted chicken
basically, nuggets. She slept through half of her dinner. Like I said, we had been there all day.
Right, then you got jet lag. I just thought about it. You just flew in 5 hours on the plane.
So I have videos and photos of her sleeping while we're eating dinner. Because, and you don't have to actually go to the culture center to enjoy the luau. You can just pay for
to go to the luau.
So that's what my friend did. She dropped us off and then went and did her thing, and then she came back to have the dinner and the show with us that night. Her and her son.
Okay.
So I do have some regrets.
What are those?
My regrets are
that you didn't take me.
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
That should be
my number one travel buddy.
You didn't take me. I'm so sad.
So our tickets were good for 3 days, but we did not take advantage of that. In our afternoon visit, we were not able to see all the exhibits and not view all the demonstrations. So therefore, we missed a lot. And another regret is that I took an off-site tour to the, I think it's the Laie, Laie Hawaii Temple, which is a stunning Mormon temple there.
Okay.
Which doing that off-site tour ate up all our time. So what happened was I did not realize.
This is not a part of the
Polynesian. There was just some Mormon women there saying this is a free tour. And I don't know if I didn't hear all of it. I just thought, here's another tour. Here's this bus.
It's free. I'm going to get
And it's free. And then it started to rain. It's like, I'm going to use this opportunity to get out of the rain. We went to this beautiful temple. And I didn't realize that it was their ministry for them to share their Mormon, teachings and come join us. I didn't realize it was any of that.
So they put you on the bus to try to convert you to.
I'm not going to say convert you, but it was to share their faith.
Gotcha.
Which is
Gotcha.
Good thing. It was beautiful. And But it was long. Like I said, it was off-site, maybe 15, 20-minute ride there and back. And then they let you walk around the temple for about 30 minutes, more or less, depending on how large your group is. And, so. But that, like I said, that was time taken away from touring the Polynesian Center.
Gotcha.
So that's why we missed a lot of things. So I would have liked to have known that.
It was going to be so time consuming.
Yeah, so my friend, like I could have just asked her, hey, can you ride me by here? I could have saw it on my own later. So that was that. So
you should have just told me this is not on my touring list. I have to get you next time. You always have a list. You're like, this is not on.
But I didn't. That was the thing. I went to the Polynesian Culture Center without a plan, and that's my fault. The one time I didn't plan, and it bit me in the butt.
Gotcha. Because you always have a plan.
I do.
I'm shocked.
But I didn't at that time. So that was the end of day 2.
Okay.
Now we are rolling into day 3. And our first visit was
day 3. Hold on, we're at day 3, right?
Mm-hmm. The Byodo. I said Byodo, Byodo, Byodo Inn Temple.
Hey, let me stop you here.
Yes.
I don't see anything about sunrise photos. You always force me to get up at 5 a.m. to take sunrise photos. You didn't take none?
Calm yourself.
You didn't take none?
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be a little disappointed.
Calm yourself.
I'm calm.
So the Byodo, it's really bugging me.
I think that's
Byodo.
That's what it said.
Byodo Inn Temple is this beautiful replica of a 900-year-old Buddhist temple.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They don't actually practice in this temple, right?
No, it is correct. It is a non-practicing Buddhist temple, but people of all faiths are welcome to come there.
Right. So
you can just come and pray, worship, meditate, or do like we did, just enjoy the beauty, because it is breathtaking. Oh my goodness, that place was beautiful. So tickets to go there ranges from $2 to $5. So like $2 for kids up to 12 years old.
Okay, you said you didn't have a plan. What made you put this on day 3?
Hold on. Seniors pay $4 and then adults $5. So how did I find out about this temple? Oh, I just, how I did a search of must-see things in Oahu. Okay. And that came up. And I was like, oh, this reminds me of Okinawa. I want to go visit.
Okay.
And so, I had my friend. She just took me and London Rose. And we spent maybe a good hour just walking around and enjoying the place. It was so nice. Like, they had a little gift shop on site where you can buy food to feed the fish in the koi pond. The wild birds there. So I bought some food, and London Rose fed the birds. She fed the koi fish as well.
How does the bird feeding go? Because the last time we fed birds, they attacked us.
These birds were a lot more calm. Okay. They just kind of just bounced up to you and ate at your hand. They didn't swarm all on you and fly on you.
Gotcha.
They were very tame. So we toured the temple. And just if you go to tour that temple, just remember to remove your shoes before entering. So they have beautiful gardens on the grounds. We toured those. We took pictures. And there was this huge gong that you have to push like this log-like thing.
They let you guys do that?
Yeah. And it goes boom.
Oh, my God.
Home.
Wow.
That's what it sounds like. It was so beautiful.
You guys got to do that?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
You know what I felt like? If you've ever seen the Want the Knife. What was the name of that movie?
Eddie Murphy in it, Golden Child.
The Golden Child. I felt like I was somewhere at the Golden Child.
I'm so freaking mad. I would love to do that.
Yeah. All right, we can go.
So from there, you guys go to Pearl Harbor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's when the Japanese attacked December 7th, 1941. And then you didn't get to go see USS Arizona, right? Because conditions were not right.
Yes. So when you go to Pearl Harbor, there are a couple of things there's a lot of things you can see. But there are 4 things that you should really try to see. And 2 of those, well, I don't know if 2, but one for a fact is not included in your admission price, and that's the submarine. What was the submarine's name?
Bowfin submarine?
Yes, the Bowfin submarine. So they have the submarine that you can actually tour. We didn't tour it. It was an additional, I want to say it was close to $50 each.
We talked about this before. I wish they would make Pearl Harbor similar to the museums in D.C. where they're free because your tax dollars pay for it. It's neither here nor there. So
that would have been great. I don't know. 50 sounds like it was so much. I don't remember. All I remember clutching my pearls when I saw the price and holding my bag. I was like, I don't know if I want to pay.
Yeah.
And I should have paid it. I was being cheap.
Yeah.
And should have just paid it. But the one thing that I really wanted to see was
USS Arizona.
Yes, the USS Arizona. That is the sunken battleship.
Yeah.
Why that battleship? Because there was more battleships on the property, but that particular battleship was when it was, bombed by Japan. Was at 1,700 and
it's 1,102 sailors and Marines died on that day. So that's almost half.
It was over half.
Over half.
Yeah, out of almost like 2/3 of the people that died during that bombing died on that one battleship alone. So,
I didn't know that until you told me that.
Yeah. So it was that's why that one was so important. But it's out in the waters. It's not where all the other museum places are to look. So you have to take a boat out there to that sunken battleship to go, walk on the memorial and stuff. But when we went, it was too windy.
Yeah.
And, at first I'm like, windy, just put, and I was like,
that's the
and
ocean.
the man
you
was
don't play
like,
with the ocean.
Ma'am, if it's too windy, we can capsize. We can flip over. I was like, oh, really? I don't know why I wasn't thinking that the wind could knock our boats over. I was like,
don't play with Mother Nature in the ocean. Just don't do it.
Yeah, and they were like, I'm sorry. Because, it was hot. That particular day, it was so hot, I was sweating. I'm like, Wendy, we ain't got nobody's breeze nowhere. But hey, apparently away from all those buildings that we were by, it was windy. And when I say all the buildings, in Pearl Harbor, there are different museums there that you can walk through. And surprisingly, the museums were quite interesting. I found myself reading them. It should
be.
Yeah.
There's a lot that happened today.
Like, they had transcripts of the president. I forgot which president was the president at that time, but his speech that he wrote, they actually...
World War II, I think that's Hoover.
They actually shared it. And they had the revisions on it where they marked out... Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It was quite interesting. Even London Rose, she was interested.
Usually not interested.
Yeah,
in stuff like that,
but she sat and she watched. She was telling me, "Hold up, Mom, let me finish." I was like, "Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out here, and you want to keep reading this stuff?"
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Even if you're not into history or war, it's interesting to see something that the president wrote, the revisions. They don't usually release stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I wish I could have partaked in that.
Yeah, you would have really enjoyed it.
I would have loved that. But you told me about the 4 things you should do or must do, and that's visit the battleship USS Missouri, quote unquote, the last battleship ever launched by the USA. The Bowfin submarine, great idea there. The Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum.
Yes.
And then, of course, the USS Arizona.
Yes.
So if you're in Hawaii, is that the Big Island? Because they have nicknames.
Oahu, yes.
That's the Big Island. So when you're on the Big Island, visit the Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
It's a must-see.
Spend a day. Don't try to cram it all in like I did.
Take your time.
Man, that Polynesian Center, Pearl Harbor, spend a day.
Yeah.
If you can.
Probably more than a day. If the Polynesians...
Polynesian, you need to spend at least 2 days.
If you're going to buy a 3-day ticket, you should go at least 2 days. Just
yeah. You
should.
should.
And then with all the historical artifacts of Pearl Harbor, I think that's 2 days, easy, in my opinion. Yeah, so.
And so that was day 3, but before the end of day 3, we were leaving the hotel on the military base.
Okay.
And we checked into the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resorts.
Oh, Hilton Hunters
Yes,
Point.
so we wanted to stay on the beach for a couple of days. And
wait, time out. Y'all didn't try to surf not one time y'all were there?
I don't mess around with sharks like that. I do it in the cage.
They got the baby version of surfing.
I wasn't interested. I'm not interested. Hey, I'm not interested in being unprotected in an ocean.
Okay, gotcha.
That's not
your thing.
Not on my bingo card.
Well, if we go, I'm going to try it at least once.
I do you, boo.
I'm going to try it at least once.
So we stayed in this beach resort, and this was also not in my bingo cards, but we realized that there is a submarine ride.
You are out your mind.
That takes off right at the back of our beach. Back of our hotel.
This is right after the submarine implodes going to the Titanic, and you gonna jump on a submarine?
It was a week later. I don't know why I didn't. I think I'm invincible. I don't know what goes on in my brain, but in my brain, I think I can do anything. So this was about a week or 2 after the whole Titanic submarine debacle, and I tell Derek, hey, guess what we're gonna do? Lana Rose and I are gonna go to the Atlantis submarine ride in Waikiki. We literally had to just walk out of our hotel room, cut a right, go to the edge of the beach, and bam. And London Rose, she was all for it. Really? We're going to go on a submarine? Yeah, girl.
I'm like, y'all just don't watch the news?
Just like the submarine we saw at Pearl Harbor. We going to hot diggity dang.
Y'all are nuts.
I happily paid that money. It wasn't even making the connection like, girl, you slick in danger. Anything can go wrong. You're going to be under the ocean.
I'm like, dude, you're not going to wait till they have a hearing about these imploding submarines before you get on one? Like, nope, we're going on a submarine ride today.
I just thought it would be super fun to do. And I was right. Hello. It was so much fun. We learned so much. I learned what the port side was.
What is the port side?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I learned at the time one side means right, and one is the left.
So you got port, you got the stern. That's a boat though,
it's
right?
Port. It's called. You gonna make me look it up. You gonna make me look it up.
Port and the bow and the stern and the thingy thing. I would think it would be different in the submarine versus a boat, but I'm sure they're the same because they're both ocean dwelling vessels, right?
Okay.
What you got? It's in here.
What?
Where you talk about the Titanic submarine explosion.
We're trying to look up.
Don't worry about it, baby.
It is really bothering me. Oh, no wonder. Okay, what are
the directions?
The directions.
Nautical directions of a submarine.
Side.
Stern, the bow, port side. That's all I know. And I got that from The Wire.
Oh, my goodness. Port side and starboard side. That's what it is.
Okay.
The port side is the left and the starboard is the right.
Okay.
And because our captain was constantly saying that.
Right.
So.
He said I had to learn really quick.
Yes. And then we talked about how you couldn't see red under the water because it has to do with the lights.
Oh, okay.
Red isn't visible underwater for certain. I forgot what it was. So we kind of watched the color come out of our clothes. Mm-hmm. It was really interesting. It was very, very interesting because London Rose's shoes, she had on red Crocs, but when we got down deep enough, her Crocs looked blue.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
yes.
amazing.
So what we learned was that with Atlantis Submarine ride, they took us down and we saw like sunken boats, sunken planes,
From
sunken
World War II?
machinery things. So what they do is some of the stuff is natural,
Okay.
but most of it was bought by the company and dumped there.
Ooh.
So like they would get like a plane and they would
Relocate.
quote unquote poke holes in it and let it sink to right there.
This is to help build.
This is so we can have stuff to look at.
Oh, I thought it was for the fish.
Well, the fish too. So when we were down there, we would see like fish on the bows of boats, turtles. We even saw sharks down there. It was quite amazing. Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Sharks.
So if you're feeling brave, if you're willing to go 400 feet underwater
You are crazy.
in a submarine,
Crazy.
check out Atlantis Submarine Rides in Waikiki. And then after we left there, we went to the mall in Waikiki.
Really? Okay.
And at the mall, we found Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Lord.
However, they did have the Hawaiian versions of their food that we tried out. And the food was very delicious. Way better.
Did it taste different?
Sure did.
Okay.
And we saw like a dance troupe performing on their stage.
In the mall?
Uh-huh.
So in these malls, they have pretty much the same stores we
Oh,
have
yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then they also have tour guides, like buses that you can take tours of, downtown Waikiki. So we did that so we can kind of see our area for where we were staying. And then that night there was a fireworks show off of our hotel.
The hotel does this every night, or
Yep.
this? Okay.
We were too tired to watch. So because
Bless you.
the next day was the day that we leave, but it was also our sunrise tour, shark cave dive.
Oh, Lord.
So I had to go to sleep. I had to be at
What
the
is wrong
beach,
with you?
I think by 7:00 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And the location was like 50 minutes away. And bless my friend, she, without complaining, she took me. She
took
got
you?
up.
Okay.
She got up and drove us there.
Wow. So
Okay.
they don't have this right at the beach where the hotel is. So
Nope.
you have to go to
We had to drive out. It's North Shore.
North. Okay. So
It's-
Waikiki's southern shore.
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't quote me on, but I just know that if you know anything about Dole, like the Dole pineapple plantation, it is about 2-3 miles away from Dole. So it's out far there.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the North Shore is called North Shore Shark Adventures in Halewa.
Halewa.
Halewa. It's a whole different city. Halewa, Hawaii, to go cage diving with sharks. So we come there and
You have a death wish.
we get on this boat. It's about, how many of us? Maybe about 10 of us. And London Rose, it was one little girl that was like maybe a year younger than London Rose. So these two little girls, London Rose and this little girl. And we just go out into the ocean and we pretty much watch the sunrise. I have beautiful pictures of that.
Okay.
And it was just so serene and beautiful and made me nauseous. That's when I realized, oh, girl, you get seasick.
You didn't take any
I
Dramamine?
I was not prepared. So I'm sitting there just.
Allow me to interrupt here.
Uh-huh.
So what time was this in the morning?
7?
7 a.m. You got there at 7 and got on the boat at 7?
Yeah.
Or was the water cold or
I wasn't touching the water at the time. Oh, when we got
when
in.
you got in?
I don't even remember because it was just the whole shock of
Your
sharks.
adrenaline was
Yeah.
pumping. Okay.
So, but let me tell y'all, we get out in the middle of nowhere. Like when I say middle of nowhere, we couldn't see nothing as far as the eye could see but water. And the guy says, "Oh yeah, we're at our spot, but None of our sharks are here. It's completely empty, which means that there are tiger sharks in the water. I was like, tiger sharks? Aren't those the sharks that eat anything?
Yes, they are.
So I was like, we had to see Galapagos sharks.
Why can't you see tiger sharks?
Because the tiger sharks would have been too dangerous for us to be in the water with.
But you're in a cage.
If there are no fish in the water,
right,
we don't get in the water either.
Okay.
And I was like, what? But they have a guarantee that you will see sharks. So we had to leave the tiger sharks, and then we went about a mile or so away. And
I would love to see the tiger sharks.
And that was the moment I thought, wow, this may not have been a good idea.
Another one of your great
when
ideas,
he said
baby.
that, I look over at my child like, oh, my
feeding
goodness.
her to the sharks.
Oh, my goodness. So then Luna Rose, she's starting to back out. Mama, I don't think I'm be able to do it. And I was like, baby, you can do it. Just try it. Just get in there for a minute or two. Just try it. And
that child is smart.
They divide us up into two groups because the little girl that she was with said she was scared she wasn't going to do it. So all of a sudden, Luna Rose is scared. So I'm over here rolling my eyes like, woman, get your little scary kid away from mine, messing up our adventure. So me and Luna Rose and that little girl are in the first group, right? In in another family. So what they do is they drop the cage in the water right next to the boat. So you climb off of the little ladder that's attached to the boat and you go straight into the cage.
Gotcha.
You hold on to the cage and then they push you out into the ocean with an arm, they extend the arm.
Okay.
So I get in the water and I move around to to make room for Luna Rose to come in. The time it took me to fix my camera, I had my cell phone in a bag to take pictures and videos. The time it took me to fix my phone and turn it on and turn around, Luna Rose is already climbing out. Okay, Mom, I went in for a minute. I look.
She went in where?
She went in the cage for about a good 2-3 minutes.
And jumped right back out.
And came right back out before they extended it out into the ocean. Her and that little girl.
She didn't see nothing but
she
water.
She said she looked, she saw sharks, she got back out.
Did she see sharks?
The sharks were there.
Okay.
They were swimming around us.
How did they attract the sharks? Just by showing up?
I honestly think they used chum.
Okay.
I don't remember because I don't remember seeing blood or anything in the water.
Okay.
But I do remember the guy saying that they're just used to when hearing the boats, they know that people are coming, so they just come.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't remember seeing chum in the water.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so we get out there, and what people don't tell you about being in a shark cage is you don't think about it, but the water is choppy. It's wavy. It's imagine being in one of those water beds when you're like a kid and how you're always moving around. Yeah. Yes, you're constantly moving around, which means you're banging against the cage if you're holding on it. So put it this way, the next day my legs were covered in bruises from me banging against that shark cage. That's why I didn't get mad at London Rose.
How deep did they have the shark cage?
Not deep at all, just the top. Just like...
I think that's because you were at the top. You went down a little bit.
It probably wouldn't have been so bad.
Choppy.
But also the slats in the cage, like the bars, were pretty darn wide. I was able to stick my foot through the bar. And thinking about it, like, hey, London Rose's whole arm and foot, everything could have went through that bar. So it's a good thing she did get out the water. And I was like, that's when I had a moment like, hold up. If one of these sharks are feeling ambitious, they can come and take a nibble out of me if they wanted to.
I don't think their head would fit through the grids, would they?
Their noses could.
Oh, the noses don't have teeth.
But like I said, our foot could slip through.
Okay.
And they can just come bite. And it was very humbling to watch the shark swim under the cage, under my foot. Because like I said, the first couple of minutes of my videos are just me tumbling around in this cage.
Right.
But you can see these sharks clearly swimming by the cage and under the cage. And it's like, whoa, they were pretty darn close.
You were in their environment.
I
Yeah.
was in their
So
home.
they should
And
be
then
close.
especially when the arm extended the cage out into the ocean, so we were away from the boat. Because I was thinking, oh man, this is kind of hard. I want to get out.
Yeah.
And just when I thought that they had that,
pushing you out. Yeah.
there we go out in the ocean, I was like, oh man, I'm stuck. That's how I felt. I'm stuck.
I'm in here now.
I am stuck. Luna Rose is waving at me. Hi, mommy. I'm like, but hey,
But you had
it
fun.
it was fun. It was very humbling.
It's on the bucket list.
It
and
was
you
I
can take
did
off the
it.
bucket
I
list.
marked it off. Look, I flew an airplane before, and I swam in a shark cage with sharks.
I'm really jealous. I think I'm gonna do the shark cage.
I'm checking that off. You would be by yourself.
Except I want to do tiger sharks.
No, I
wanna
don't
see-
think they'll allow that.
I want to see real sharks.
And so, mind you, that was also the same day that we were leaving Hawaii. So,
What?
yes, that's why I scheduled my cage dive that morning so that I had enough time to go back to the hotel, take a shower, and then go to the airport and
Gotcha.
fly out.
Okay.
And that's what we did. And we left Hawaii and flew back to Los Angeles.
And then back to the lakes.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's Hawaii. We learned Hawaii at the
Hawaii.
Polynesian Culture Center. They were very particular with pronunciation. It's not Hawaii, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yes.
Unlike my uncle back in Memphis,
What?
he calls it Hawaii.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
Oh, I almost forgot.
you forget?
We also visited the Iolani Palace.
On the same day you were leaving?
Yep.
Sounds
I
like
had
a
to
lot.
squeeze it in.
Okay, get it in.
So, the Iolani Palace is the only royal palace located on U.S. soil.
Makes sense because Hawaii was his own country
It was.
before the U.S. took over.
Oh my goodness.
What? It's just a fact.
So when we went, it was closed, so they had the gates locked and everything. So, but it's still breathtaking
Okay.
from what I was able to see through the bars.
Okay. Even with it being closed, can you just visit Monday through Friday? Do they have tours?
Yes.
Or okay.
So if you go online, look up iolanipalace.org, IOLANI palace.org. They will tell you when you can visit, how much it costs, the attire, you know, what you can wear.
What you can wear, what you can't wear.
Yeah, it's a
There's
palace.
a dress code.
Yeah, it's a royal palace.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like, don't play with them now.
Is it still active? Is it like the City Hall of Honolulu or something, or is it just a tourist site landmark?
I don't know. Looking online, it says it is the living restoration of proud Hawaiian national identity and a registered National Historic Landmark.
Got it.
It is located at the corner of King Street and Richard Street in downtown Honolulu.
Okay. It's a must see. So if you're in Honolulu, you got to stop by.
Yes, and some of the royal family is still alive, people. So,
Really?
yeah, it wasn't that long ago that we took Hawaii.
I guess they're
look it up.
descendants, and
Yeah,
are they treated like royalty by the Hawaiian people in the U.S.?
the Hawaiian people.
Okay.
But you know how, yeah. That's another story for another day.
There we go. There we go.
But what is interesting, you guys, is located directly across the street is the statue of King Kamehameha statue
Who is that?
of one of the kings.
Okay.
And that statue is at the building of the Hawaii Supreme Court.
And what is that?
What's the purpose of that?
Yes.
Well, if you are a Hawaii 5-0 fan, it is the location of the Hawaii 5-0 headquarters.
Wow. You know what? I always thought that was just TV. I didn't think that was a real thing.
Yeah, so the TV show Hawaii Five-O, all of the exterior shots of the headquarters was shot at their Supreme Court.
Wow.
Which was that building that faces the Iolani Palace.
I learn something new every day. Yeah, I thought it was a studio set and they just took pictures of it. It's an actual place.
Yeah, their Supreme Court.
Huh. Sweet.
And it's a museum. So you can visit, but just understand that it's not going to look like the Hawaii Five-O set. That was filmed somewhere else.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, because when we got there, I thought I was going to be the only one to take all my pictures.
Bunch of
it was so many people there taking their selfies, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not the only nerd here today.
A bunch of people going, book them, Dano.
They were.
I knew it.
Oh, my
gosh. I knew it. Well, that's your trip to, that's y'all trip to Hawaii.
No,
Hawaii.
Oh, my goodness.
I hope I can go next time.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
Ooh, if you made it this far, you are the true champion. You could have been anywhere, doing anything, but you instead chose to spend your time with us. And for that, we say thank you.
I'm Derek.
I'm Makayla. Rate, like, and subscribe. Do good, be good. Until next time. Looking to add some fun to your wardrobe? Discover Nice Knots, where we specialize in crazy, colorful novelty socks for the whole family. From whimsical designs for kids to quirky styles for men and women, we have the perfect pairs to express your unique personality. And don't forget our stylish neckties and bow ties, ideal for any occasion. Best of all, we offer free shipping on every order. So why wait? Step up your sock game today. Visit www.niceknots.com. That's NICEKNOTTS.com.